If you subscribe, you will have seen my unboxing video of a pair of boots from Unmarked out of Mexico last week. And you know from that video that I received 2 pairs of boots, so I'm unboxing the second one this week. G'day, welcome to Bootlosophy. My name is Tech and I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which I live and work, the Whadjuk people. Now last week I opened and unboxed a pair of boots from Unmarked, the boot brand out of Mexico, which was their Supernatural Veg Tan boots. That one was new in their 24-25 autumn-winter 24-25 range. But this one is a model that I have been researching for quite a while. So it comes in the regular plain cardboard box from Unmarked with just a Unmarked logo on the box. And I'm super excited because this is one of the boots that I've sort of lusted after. And I'm glad I've got it in my hand. So come on over, take a look, and we'll open the box. This is Unmarked's famous service boot called the DB Hunter. This one is in cap toe, navy Chromexcel. The box just is labeled Unmarked. The Unmarked tissue paper that covers it, I'll put it the right way around, you see some really nice diagrams of boots and thread and pliers and hammers, all the stuff that a good cobbler needs. It's covered by more tissue paper. I have taken a sneak peek when I first opened the mailing box, took the lid off, but I haven't actually taken the boots out. And looking through the plastic, oh my God, that's beautiful. Let's just remove the plastic. So this is the DB Hunter service boot, cap toe in navy Chromexcel. And the Chromexcel smell hits you as soon as you take it out of the plastic and out of the box. Bright brass hardware, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyelets and 3 speed hooks, leather laces, brogue cap toe, really nice almond shape. We'll see how that fits when I put it on. And this one is a stitch down construction boot. You can see the uppers are flared out and then stitched down with a double row stitch down through there. And the double row actually goes all the way through. Some of the double row stitch downs, one row goes through the uppers and the midsole, and then the rubber outsole is glued on, and the second stitch goes through all 3. But in this case, you can see the double stitching goes all the way through. And you can also see the traditional construction that they combine with Goodyear, or either Goodyear welting or stitch down, is they put these sort of brass screws or nails that you would expect in a cowboy boot. But they put them in there, shiny as anything, and it's a day-night studded sole with a day-night rubber top lift. So good quality materials. Now, this is Chromexcel. It's fully lined on the inside, which I'll show you once I undo the laces. There's a leather insole, a leather midsole, leather stacked heels, leather toe puff, leather heel counter, double row backstay with this very interesting cut to that. The Chromexcel looks really good. The clicking is good. I mean, there is a little bit of creasing along there. Some people might call it loose grain. I think it's just, oh, I don't know, could be loose grain. I was going to say I think it's just creasing for when they stitch this little strip on. But if that is loose grain, that's actually very clever that they're using it in the part that you're not going to see, whereas the quarters, both sides, are pretty good, and definitely the vamp is clean as anything. All right, let's just undo the laces. When not a lot of boot makers do this, but when Unmarked sends off their boots, they lace them up in full. And let me just say, I think I already announced that these were given to me to review, and they cost $490 US otherwise. But having said that, I've got no You know, I've got no terms to follow where I have to compliment them. You will see what I see as I open this box. Here we go. It is fully lined with a nice, soft, slightly waxy lining. The tongue is not lined though. That's Chromexcel. You can smell it. Nice and soft. A little bit of pull up in the navy. The stitching, triple stitch there, looks very clean, very consistent. The stitching along the eyelet panels are very clean, very consistent. You can see a little bit of wheel marking there if you want to complain. I don't. The backstays are done really nicely, lovely shape. And you can see that sort of curvaceous cup. Some boots, like the Iron Ranger, is famous for this. It's very straight up and down. And then as you wear it and break it in, you get that curve. But this one obviously cups your heel immediately. And again, I'll tell you when I put this on in a minute. The feel of it is really good. It feels solid, it feels heavy. Right. Let's get the other boot out. The laces feel really good quality. They're slightly oily, slightly waxy, very similar to the laces that I get with my Whites MP boots. I mean, I have to say, you know, this is only the second pair of Unmarked I've looked at, but everything I see and feel about it is just quality. And you can tell why it's worth the slightly higher price that you get for these boots. Let's see. So just reading through some of the highlights. Our interpretation of a perfect derby boot, combination of heritage and traditional Western boot making. I showed you the brass tacks. And also I think it's a leather shank, and you can see the sort of the bow in the bottom there, can't you? Beautiful mix of two of our favorite processes. Features Horween Chromexcel. The insole is veg tan, the midsole is veg tan, the lining is calf leather, leather laces, brass eyelets. The outsole is an It's Hide studded sole or a Dr. Sole studded sole. Well, this one is definitely day-night. Construction is stitched down and nailed with brass pegs. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed. Left boot and right boot are very consistent, very similar. That's Chromexcel. You expect a few sort of creasing type things as long as it's not on the vamp, which this one isn't. The navy color is, I believe, an aniline. Yes, you can see it's blue on the surface, but not on the edging. So it's an aniline blue, which means if you like that stuff, this will T-core. The brown will start to show through. Yeah, you can see the brown core under the navy aniline dye. This veg tan midsole is thick. Without my ruler, I'd be saying that's something like 4, 5, possibly 6 mils thick, around 5. And then the day-night rubber. Stack rubber heel, solid. Stitching, this is hand stitched, stitched down. So you can see it is slightly wavery, but what the hell, am I going to stick the bottom of my foot up in your face to have a look at? If it holds, it holds. The stitching on the top, again, maybe it's not the most consistent if you look at Viberg, for example, and even if you look at Parkhurst's Portuguese stitch downs, but they're handmade, they're consistent. You can see that they're handmade through these thick stitches, thick threads. The brogue cap toe is very consistent, punched through, and the stitching is very consistent. I do like this brass hardware. It's very bright, but it goes well against the dark blue. The lining covers any backing on the speed hooks, but it does punch through on the eyelets. All right, let's get them on feet and then we'll finish off. Okay, let's put the footsies in. Very useful pull tab in cloth. Oh, that's a nice little squish as it goes in. Fit feels pretty good. A little bit snug, I think. I'll tell you about sizing in a minute once I get this on. A little bit of a feel of pushing your heel into a cowboy boot. It's that way inclined. Okay, so sizing, I was advised to go true to size. 8.5 Brannock, 8.5 in this model. This is quite snug. That almond shaped toe does make me feel that my toes are snug. Not tight, not squeezed, but snug. There's not a lot of room for them. My toe is there, so that far off the tip, so plenty of room to the front. Where the snugness comes in is probably along here, and I'm feeling a little bit at the ball here. But this is Chromexcel. We all know what the properties of Chromexcel are. Smells lovely, but also is reasonably flexible. So I expect breaking these in will be fine. If this was smell-o-vision, you'd smell the Chromexcel and you'd smell the leather laces with the oils and waxes on them. Gorgeous. I've rolled up the cuffs of my jeans. Regular viewers will know that I don't cuff my jeans, but I've rolled them up so that you can see the tops of the boots as I tie them. Not a very long leather lace. I don't think you can go all the way around the boot, but I don't usually do that anyway. Yep. Definitely snug, definitely going to need a bit of break-in. The feel of the lace going around, and those speed hooks are really nice to hook the lace through. They're sort of roomy. They don't look particularly soft and bendable, so I think that's okay. The immediate feel, as I sit here now, the fit is good. I don't think the size was wrong in going true to size. My understanding is this last is a DE. Currently, I would appreciate a little bit more room in the ball and a little bit more room in this taper. It's not squeezing and it's not painful, but it is snug. I think at the moment it's just a little bit more than a firm handshake. However, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is so uncomfortable, I don't want to wear it. This feels like, okay, it's a new pair of boots. I need to walk around in it, get my feet to expand in it, and break it in. In terms of break-in, the sole I don't think, and particularly because it's stitched down, no welt, the sole I think is not so stiff that it's going to be a major problem when I'm walking and rolling my foot like that. You can see that the fit is good because the ball of my foot, where my metatarsal is, where my toes naturally bend, is exactly where the boot bends. So it's a really perfect fit. Yeah, I was talking about break-in. Where I think I'm going to have problems is waiting for the ball of the foot to expand a little bit, and where the toes are as well to expand a little bit. Just to be clear, I think the issue is on the outside there. You can see it's almost a Truman 79 type toe, where they sort of both taper in rather than one straight and one taper. It is a taller boot. I can feel it on my ankle here, whereas normally it's here. And because it's higher, you do feel the collar, which is stiff. New boot. Not a lot of heel slip, which again means that the fitting is really good. Yeah, okay, I like this. The comfort is what you would expect with a a sole comfort line, a leather comfort liner, a leather insole, leather midsole, and rubber outsole. It's not super stiff, it's not super comfortable, but this is the sort of sole construction that will mold to the shape of your feet and get more and more comfortable. I like it. Yep, that's my verdict. I like it. Okay, let's wrap up. There you go. As usual, I will bring you a full review in a few months' time once I've worn them and broken them in, see what they're like on foot. I really love the quality of this, and I think it's definitely worth the $400 US odd dollars, and shipping to Australia and so on. You know, there's not a lot of boots you can get like this in Australia. There's not a lot of boots like this you can get in the heritage boot world, because it's just so solid and I think well made. The proof will be in the pudding. I'll wear them and then we'll see what shakes loose, if anything. I do like the sort of semi-gusseted tongue because that protects it, and particularly with a taller shaft. I think this is quite a bit, this is probably 6 and a bit inches, possibly even more. That tongue, because it's semi-gusseted, won't be moving around, which is one of the problems I have with my feet. I love the stitch down construction. I love the day-night sole. And in terms of quality control, Unmarked is an MTO brand, which means that when you order, then they make your boots, because it saves on inventory costs, but it also saves on environmental factors in the sense that they're not holding huge amounts of leather and rubber and all sorts of things causing trouble. And it takes about, I think it's 5 to 10 days to make, and then they'll ship it to you. But the quality control is such that even though these were free boots for review, and yes, I know they sort of want to give you the best one for review, don't they? But despite that, I've been given other boots which have been, you know, off the production line. I think, and what happened with these was these really got held up. I mean, I expected them almost a month ago, but when they were almost ready to send, they found a problem and said, nah, we've got to redo this. So I'm very impressed by that. And if that happens in a regular purchase, and I'm not sure that they knew this was made for me because they would have had orders, right? But if that happens in a regular purchase, man, that's really good quality control. Okay, so I hope you like the unboxing. As usual, I will do you a full review in a few months' time once I've broken the other pair in and then break these in. And then I'll come back and report what they're like. I mean, my first impression, solid as anything. As solid as any other pair of boots that I've handled. As heavy as a pair of White's MP boots, I think. And the construction of it kind of fits into that category. Okay, don't forget to click on like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because that will really help my channel, and more importantly, it will help to get this video and others like it out to others in the boot world so that we can all share in these new experiences and learn from each other. So guys, I hope you liked it. Click on like, click on subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week.